The jungle was a vast green world. Sunlight tried to peek through the thick leaves above. Three friends, Leo, Max and Sam, walked side by side. They were on an exciting trek. Leo was always looking for the easiest path. Max was strong and often boasted about his courage. Sam was quiet, observant and always prepared. They had been friends for a long time, or so they thought. This jungle adventure was meant to be fun. They carried small bags with water and snacks. The sounds of hidden creatures filled the air around them. Every step was a new discovery for the young explorers. Their laughter echoed softly among the giant trees. They talked about school, about games, about their dreams. Leo pointed at colourful birds flying high. Max flexed his arms, saying he could fight any animal. Sam watched the ground, noticing animal tracks and interesting plants. He knew the jungle could be beautiful. He also knew it could be dangerous. Preparedness is key in the wild. You always need to be aware of your surroundings. This awareness can save your life when things go wrong. These three believed their friendship was as strong as ancient oaks. The path twisted and turned. Sometimes it was muddy, sometimes it was covered in roots. Leo complained a little when his shoes got dirty. Max jumped over puddles, shouting, "Easy!" Sam helped them both, pointing out slippery stones. He shared his water when Leo finished his too quickly. He reminded Max to be careful and not get too far ahead. The jungle demands respect from everyone. It doesn't care if you are big or small, loud or quiet. It has its own rules. The friends felt united by this shared challenge. They had walked for many hours. The sun was starting to climb higher. The air grew hotter and more humid. Leo suggested they take a rest. Max wanted to push on to show his endless energy. Sam agreed a short rest would be wise. They found a small clearing by a stream. The water looked cool and inviting. They sat on smooth rocks, listening to the gentle flow. This moment of peace was a welcome break. Little did they know, danger was watching them from the shadows. The jungle always holds surprises, not all of them pleasant. Suddenly, a sound shattered the jungle's calm. It was not a bird, it was not a monkey. It was a deep rumbling growl. The sound vibrated through the ground. Leo, Max and Sam froze. Their happy chatter died instantly. Fear painted their faces. Every instinct screamed danger. The jungle, moments before a place of adventure, now felt like a trap. They looked around wildly. Where did the sound come from? What kind of creature made such a terrifying noise? Their hearts pounded like drums against their ribs. This was no game anymore. From behind a dense wall of bamboo, a massive figure emerged. It was a bear, a huge brown bear. It stood on its hind legs, sniffing the air. Its eyes were small and dark. Its claws were long and sharp. The bear was enormous, much bigger than they had imagined any jungle animal could be. It let out another roar, louder this time. This was its territory. The friends were intruders. The bear took a step towards them. Panic started to bubble up inside them. Survival mode kicks in fast when you face a predator. There was no time to think, only to react. The distance between them and the bear was not much, maybe 20 paces. The stream gurgled nearby, unaware of the drama. The trees stood silent, watching. The bear dropped to all fours. It huffed, a warning sound. Its great head swung from side to side. It was deciding if they were a threat or perhaps a meal. For the three friends, time seemed to slow down. Every detail became sharp. The texture of the bear's fur, the way its nostrils flared, the glint in its eyes. This was a true test, a primal encounter in the wild. Their earlier confidence vanished like mist in the sun. Leo's face was pale. Max, who boasted of his strength, looked small and scared. Sam's mind, however, was racing. He was trying to remember everything he knew about bears. What do you do when you face a bear in the wild? Do you run? Do you play dead? Do you fight? The wrong choice could mean disaster. The air was thick with tension. The bear took another step. It was now very close. The moment for decision, for action had arrived. The jungle held its breath. Leo was the first to break. Pure terror took over. He screamed. He turned and ran as fast as his legs could carry him. He didn't look back. He didn't shout a warning to Max or Sam. He just ran. His only thought was to save himself. The promise of friendship, the bond they shared, meant nothing in that moment. All his earlier complaints about muddy shoes were forgotten. Now only speed mattered. He scrambled back the way they came, crashing through bushes. He hoped the bear would go for his friends, not him. Self-preservation is a powerful instinct, but it can reveal your true character. Max, the strong boaster, was next. He saw Leo run, he saw the bear advance. His courage, so loud in words, disappeared in action. He too turned to flee. But his panic was clumsy. He stumbled over a root. He fell hard. He whimpered, trying to get up quickly. He didn't try to help Sam. He didn't think to stand with his friend. He just wanted to escape the terrifying beast. The bear was now focused on the movement. It saw Max scrambling on the ground. It started to move towards him. True courage isn't about boasting. It's about what you do when you are truly scared. Sam did not run. He knew running could trigger the bear's chase instinct. He had seen Max fall. He stood his ground. His heart was pounding, but his mind was clear. He remembered reading that you should make yourself look big. He slowly raised his arms above his head. He started to speak in a low, calm voice. "Easy, bear, we don't want trouble," he said, not expecting the bear to understand words, but hoping the tone would help. He took a small step to the side, placing himself slightly between the bear and Max, who was still struggling. This was true bravery. The bear paused. It looked at Sam. Sam was making no sudden moves. He was not screaming. He was trying to appear non-threatening, yet large. Sam then remembered something else. Bears are often curious, but can be scared by loud, sudden noises. He fumbled in his small bag. His fingers found his metal water bottle. With a deep breath, he banged the metal bottle hard against a nearby rock. Clang, clang, clang! The sharp, unexpected noise echoed through the clearing. The bear flinched. It looked surprised. It took a step back. Sam kept his eyes on the bear, ready for its next move. The loud, clanging noise did the trick. The bear seemed confused. It was not used to such sounds in its quiet home. It looked at Sam. It looked towards the noise Max was making as he finally scrambled to his feet and ran after Leo. The bear huffed one last time. Then it slowly turned and lumbered back into the dense bamboo. It disappeared as quickly as it had arrived. Sam stood there, his arms still raised, the metal bottle in his hand. His legs felt like jelly. He was shaking, but he was safe. Max and Leo were long gone. Sam waited a few minutes, making sure the bear was truly gone. He then slowly lowered his arm. The silence of the jungle returned, but it felt different now. It felt heavy with what had just happened. He looked in the direction his friends had fled. He felt a pang of disappointment, but also a strange sense of clarity. The jungle had tested them. It had shown their true colors. He had faced his fear. He had used his knowledge. He had survived. But he was alone. Friendship, he realized, was more than just sharing good times and laughter. Eventually, much later, Leo and Max found their way back to the village, exhausted and ashamed. They had to explain what happened. They had left Sam behind. When Sam finally returned, hours after them, walking calmly, they could not meet his eyes. He didn't shout at them, he didn't blame them loudly. His quiet strength was more powerful than any accusation. Leo felt a deep shame. He knew he had acted like a coward. He had abandoned his friend. He thought only of himself. That realization was a heavy weight on his young shoulders. The lesson was hard but clear. True friendship is about courage. It's about loyalty. It's about standing by your friends, especially when things get tough. The bear, in its own wild way, had taught them something important. Sam had shown what a true friend was. Leo knew he had failed the test. He understood now that the boasting means nothing. Actions speak louder than words. He hoped one day he could earn back Sam's trust and become the kind of friend Sam deserved. The jungle adventure was over, but the journey to understanding true friendship had just begun for Leo.